Wullie, what's your assessment after that, the final game of the season?
Obviously delighted to finish the season with a win and to send the travelling support home happy. It was a hard week. I was just saying that there, that our fate was sealed last week and the boys were a bit low. Training was flat at the start of the week, nothing to play for, but the last couple of days in training it was a real competitive edge, and just said to the boys, look, whether you're going to be here or elsewhere next year, you've got a lot to play for, pride to play for. Obviously myself and Grant desperate to get the job. We didn't want to finish on a low. Said to the boys today to go out and just give it 100%. I thought that Dunfermline started really well. They had it all to play for, scored an early goal, enjoyed a lot of the possession in the first half, and myself and Grant weren't happy at half time. We said a few things at half time, and to the credit of the boys, they listened, they took it on board, a few tweaks which seen us enjoy a lot more of the ball in the second half, and we came away and scored 2 goals away from home. And we finished the season with 7 points out of 9 in the last 3 games. And now it's just about what we do from now, between now and pre-season.
Those 3 minutes last week makes it really frustrating, doesn't it?
It does make it frustrating, but I think I keep saying it, it's not what happened last week, it's what's happened over the course of the season. We've not been good enough. Well, in terms of not being good enough, we've not been good enough over 36 games over the majority of the season. We have been good enough in spells, and you can see that tonight. We've been good enough to come here. It's a tough venue, a good side, and we've won a game, but we've not done that enough.
What about going forward?
I've got discussions with the board early next week. They know that I want a job. I can't really say too much more than that. All I can say is that if it's not me taking the club forward, I can hold my head high. Happy with the work that I've done, apart from obviously not keeping the team in the league, which would have been massive. But I think that the little improvements we've made with our own team would be a different scenario, and that's all me and Grant's asking for. We want a chance to build our own team and be judged on that.
You obviously want the job, and the few months that you've had on it, the experience that you've gained from it, do you feel that you have gained experience?
When I first came in, it was really important that I brought somebody in like Grant, who was a wee bit more experienced and somebody that I could lean on and trust. And I think I got that, appointment right. But every day I've just enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the extra responsibility and everything that's went with it. The decision making. Obviously, you can do a little bit more that you want to do, whereas before you were just a player and you had to do it somebody else's way. But in terms of the boys, they've bought in from day one what I've asked to do and what we've been working towards, and it's not been quite enough, but like I say, as we build our own team next year, we want to win the league.
How have you found the playing and managing side of it?
Felt fine. It obviously poses its own challenges, but again I refer to the comment I made about getting the appointment right, and with Grant I can trust him. Every decision I trust him, he's there, whereas all week takes a lot of training. I probably do a little bit less. I just do the kind of the talking and things like that, but in terms of putting the sessions on and making sure the players are ready, Grant does a lot of that, and the appointment was important, because then that allows me to play, and I think you can see tonight it can work. But again, until discussions are made and questions are asked, I can't answer whether I'll be here or whether I'll be here but not as a player, or whether I'll be here as both. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if it comes to it.
Obviously we can't talk about it until those discussions have taken place, but in terms of League One, it is going to be competitive, so Queens need to be ready.
It is going to be competitive, and we've got a lot of work to do, whether it's myself or someone else taking the team forward. We've got a lot of work to do to compete, and you don't want to just compete in terms of being all right in the league. You want to go and win the league, so you need the preparation correct, because you're going to be up against teams with bigger budgets, that, so you've got to spend your budget wisely. A blend of young boys, but good experience in there too, and you need quality. And you can see over the course of the season we've lacked goals, so that's obviously a target, because to win a league you need to score goals, and you need somebody that's going to bang 15-20 goals in. So there is a lot of work to do, pre-seasons to organise, friendlies, players in, players out, a lot of work to do. But I'm here, I'm willing, I just need a nod.
It's hard to plan ahead. But I was going to say, you know, what's your plans for the summer? But until you have those talks, I guess you don't really know.
No, I think the talks will happen soon. You know, quick enough that you can crack on or move on. But you know, whatever happens, I've thoroughly enjoyed my time. You know, managed my hometown team, had a blast. But hopefully it's not the end. Hopefully I can go again next year and go one better and win a league.
In terms of, I suppose it's hard to ask this question as well, but those players that are out there, if you do get the job, you know, you'll be wanting to keep some of them, I guess.
Yeah, so again, going back to the start of the week, I've spoke to boys that I want to keep, and you know, some boys, they're happy. Some boys want to hold off and see if they can get something better, and you know, I'll never criticise a player for that, because football's a short career. They want to play at the highest level possible. Being relegated to League One maybe doesn't help us keep a couple of players, because they'll want to go and play Championship or higher. But we'll try our hardest to keep the players, and if the players decide to move on, then we need to fill their quality. And you know, a lot of hard work to go, but again, you've got to be willing, and you've got to be enthusiastic, and both myself and Betty, we don't lack in any of that.